Hello, my name is Sydney Segovia, and this is Speech 103. America has the highest rates of school shootings in the entire world. Any native or foreigner to the U.S. can't help but be aware that its citizens are very protective of their Second Amendment right, the right to bear arms. Some say that there is no correlation between these two facts, that America's influx of gun ownership and easy access to firearms is in no way a cause of our unfortunately copious amounts of school shootings. However, anyone with a sense of humanity over deadly weapons can see that the reason for the U.S.'s frequent school shootings is the product of such easy access to firearms, with the screening process to obtain one being so simple it could take no more than 15 minutes. Furthermore, due to the vagueness of their Second Amendment, once a gun is obtained, it is almost impossible for it to be confiscated, no matter the mental stability of the owner. Due to this negligence in the background checks, too many people with unstable minds continue to massacre students across the U.S. Despite this, there is little to no follow-through with their promises of safer campuses for children from politicians. Instead, they lie through their teeth to offer temporary comfort to their citizens until they are elected for office. Real awful changes have yet to be made to protect the classrooms of our students and their staff. Because of this, countless young lives have been lost because our country cares more about the protection of guns rather than the protection of our children. America has 57 times more school shootings than every other big country. Additionally, no country has gun protection laws as harsh as the U.S. Once a firearm is obtained, it is nearly impossible for it to be confiscated due to the vague, strict, and unchanged gun protection laws. Presented alongside graphs for data-based evidence, Roger Warburton's article, U.S. School Shootings, Just the Facts, research shows that from 1840 up to this year, 2019, there were 517 school shootings in which a total of 594 people were killed and 970 were injured. The average number of deaths per shooting has remained constant and close to 1 since the data was first recorded in 1841. The comparison between the U.S. and other countries is illustrative. Approximately 33 million children per year are exposed to school shootings in the U.S. alone. It's no wonder our country is one of the leading countries to have the most cases of depression as well. The Second Amendment protects U.S. citizens' rights to bear arms as long as they are registered to hold one. One could say too many Americans live, breathe, and die protecting the Second Amendment more than their own children. Because of this faulty prioritizing, too many young lives have been lost to the hand of firearms. Well said by Malia Anderson in her blog, School Shootings Influenced by the Second Amendment, the lack of gun control from the Second Amendment makes it easier to have these horrific events occur. The Second Amendment is ambiguous because it states that everyone has the right to bear arms, but does not say what they can and can't do with those weapons. Interpretation of the Second Amendment allows countless more school shootings to continue, and obtain such firearms is dangerously easy. Unfortunately, the screening process to register a gun is bypassable and rushed, taking no more than 15 minutes to complete. Sure, guns can be bought illegally. However, research pulled from Louis Melgar's article, since 1982, 74% of mass shooters obtain their guns legally, states, of the 114 mass shootings committed in the U.S. since 1982, 85, or 74%, involved firearms obtained by legal means, as shown in the analysis of mass shooting database. The background checks required before purchasing a gun conveniently dance around the important questions, such as mental health status and history, that could prevent someone mentally unstable from purchasing a gun and potentially killing innocent lives every year. In almost every case of school shootings in the U.S., the shooter had a history of major mental health issues. The same shooters obtained their guns as any other citizen could, by purchasing it from a gun shop, and passing a screen test that shouldn't allow people with their non-sound minds to obtain one in the first place. Despite the countless shootings, the nationwide protests that follow demanding improved gun laws, and endless pleas from families of murdered children, shootings continue to transpire as politicians just sit back and watch their nation burn. After every major school shooting, governors and their president promise that changes will be made, that they'll eat their left shoe before letting another tragedy happen again. But as days turn to weeks and the shootings stop trending online, the politicians let their promises fade away until they are elected or until the next massacre, whichever comes first. Unlike other countries, America neglects to change as more and more shootings appear on the news. All grieving families mourning the loss of their children receive our thoughts and prayers, and empty promises given by their political leaders. As said by Heather Timmons and Nikhil Sonad In their article, Trump made a list of promises to protect schools. Here are the ones he kept. They said, on Friday, after the Texas shooting, Trump said school shootings haven't been going on too long. And Education Secretary Betsy DeVos said, we simply cannot allow this trend to continue. Neither, though, said that they'd do one thing that's been proven to stop mass shootings in their countries: tighten laws about who can access guns and ammunition. Within the article is a list of 21 promises made by the White House claiming to ensure safety of young students throughout America. Of that list, only 2 promises have been fulfilled. If not for America's intense love for guns, millions of children would still be alive today. No other country can even hold a candle to the U.S.'s extreme, embarrassing school shooting rates. It almost seems like the screening process to own a gun was intentionally created to allow mentally unstable killers to receive their 15 minutes of fame and inhumane fulfillment, allowing politicians to create a safe, temporary atmosphere for their patrons until they are elected. If not, then why haven't background checks been improved or edited after every mass shooting to prevent further tragedies? How much longer will laws remain deadly and unchanged, making students learn in fear? When will the leaders of our country begin to genuinely care about our young students more than a vote in their favor?